guys, and welcome to Griffo's Retro Gaming with me, Alex Griffo Griffiths. And today I'm going to be doing another review, and this time on the wonderful Might and Magic 7, which was released in 1999. And it's an RPG game that carries on from Might and Magic 6 and Might and Magic 3, which is quite interesting. So sit back, and I hope you enjoy this review. The plot. So following the events of Might and Magic 3, the 8 heroes of Terra, not a clue who they are, probably Dave, Gary, Bob, whoever, it doesn't really matter. They were piloting a siege ship known as the Lincoln in pursuit of the Guardians, again, not sure who they are, who were en route for the world of Zine. However, tragedy struck and they went off course somehow, and we're not entirely sure how. We think it may be due to the ashtray coming loose somehow. Anyway, this makes them crash land onto the planet of Enroth, right between a war that's raging between Xbox and PlayStation 4 fanboys. Oh wait, no. The elves and the goblins, sorry. Emerging from the sea as though they've just come off an episode of Scooby-Doo, the heroes are spotted by the two warring armies, who then go and grass them up to their respective leaders, who issue a search for their whereabouts. Meanwhile, on the Emerald Isles, Lord Markham has organised a scavenger hunt, with the first prize being deeds to the castle of Harmondale. Sounds nice, right? Unnervingly though, you've also heard information that some contestants have gone missing, and in fact, there may even be a dragon on the island. And you're tasked with trying to find any kind of information on the whereabouts of the missing contestants. So, off you two all, and... shit. Character creation. Alright, so we can create a party of up to 4 heroes to complete that bell-end Markham's quest. And you can choose from Goblin, Human, or Dwarf. And Elf. Anyway, you have 7 different abilities and you can put points into each one. They are might, intellect, personality, endurance, accuracy, speed, and luck. Now, each one affects your character in different ways. So, you have to choose the ones that are more likely to fit around your character creation. So if you have a sorcerer, for example, you don't want to be putting all your points into might to make him strong as hell, but thick as pig shit. There's also a lot of skills to choose from, which they do limit towards certain classes and characters. So, for example, a thief can't wear heavy armour because you can't really go sneaking about in plate mail, can you? But at the same time, he may be able to use a weapon that you wouldn't normally associate with a thief to a certain point. And that's the thing, it gives you 4 different specialisations, and that's normal, expert, master, and grandmaster. And to be able to get to grandmaster of fire spells, for example, if you're a sorcerer, you need to complete certain tasks and quests to be able to get a promotion to Archmage, or Lich, depending which way you go in the story. Graphics. Oh dear God, the graphics. Well, this is what lets the game down. Usually you say something looks good but it plays shit. Well, the reverse is true for this. Let's take Hulk Hogan, for example. As a wrestler, he was famous, he was really popular, but bloody hell, when he stepped between them ropes, he was awful. Same goes for this game. The game offers a really clear and concise character screen, which has a breakdown of all the stats and points. You've got armour class, you've got your age even, which does come into play after a certain while. There's certain spells that enemies cast that can age you by 10 years, and it's hard to get rid of that aging effect. On the skills, you can keep track of the value of what your skills are. You have your paper doll, so you dress it up in the weapons and the armour that you want to use. You have rings that offer magical properties sometimes. There's potions as well that you can make if your certain character has an alchemy spell. There's books of learning, so if you don't have the certain spell, such as here with heal, you'll learn it. And for me, that's one of the strong points of this game. It's very user-friendly. It may look daunting, but everything's in the right place and it's easy enough to find and use. Loot, pickups and merchants. So like any good RPG, this features many shops and merchants, but you can't just go buy a crate of beer from these. Oh no. Because everything is randomised. So every stock item they have is completely random, and it changes every few weeks in game. And the same applies for chests and boxes, anything you can loot really. So bear that in mind whenever you pick up something that's utter shite. Now the game features banks, which is quite handy really to keep your money in. But of course, you need to get money, and you can't just go sell yourself down at the docks like you can in real... Oh, wait. So you best get deading those enemies and looting the corpses. Or get you sent down to the town hall, because they issue a bounty hunt every month. And you just go out into the wild and bring back what they ask for, really. Besides, how else are you going to get the awesome shit and become the big swinging cock in town without any money, eh? Get saving, guys! Combat. The game offers you two different ways to fight, and the first one is to just walk around swinging your sword or firing your bow, whatever you want, however you want, just trying to dodge things. It could be anything. I mean, look at it. What? Anyway, the second style is to go into a turn-based mode by hitting enter, such as here. And this allows you to take it in turns to fight against the enemies, which can be a good thing when you've only got a few like this, and a bad thing when there's absolutely tons around like here. And the best thing you can do is just leg it with your tail between your legs, really. Come back later when you're a bit more powerful. And yeah, so what? I'm a coward, and when there's a fight when I'm playing football, I'll lay down on the pitch and pretend I'm already knocked out. Spellcasting. So the spellcasting in the game is pretty good, and it's something I'm not going to be taking the piss out of, amazingly. It's actually really fun to do. And you learn your spells from spell books, and you also have scrolls which are one-off spells that you can use. And once you learn them, you can use them based on the amount of points that you have, magic points that is. And it's as easy as that, much like many other games that use this sort of style. But I'll just show you how easy it is to use in this spell here, which is a town portal. You pick the one you want, the place you want, and this can be during combat when you're at a high level. And there you are, back to sanctuary and safety. Pretty good, I've got to admit. Archmage. Might and Magic 7 also features the greatest card game known to man, and that is Archmage. Well, except Strip Poker maybe? No, that depends who you're playing with, doesn't it? Strip Archmage? There's an idea. Anyway, so, you get a deck of cards as part of a quest that you're given, and you need to go around each tavern in the world and play a game of Archmage and win. Now you start off with 6 cards, and each card has its own different ability or rule set down. And the idea is that you must get your opponent's tower down to 0. Your tower to a certain height, if you don't get their tower down to 0. Or you can also get one of your resources, which are located along the side of the screen. So you've got bricks, gems, and beasts. If you can get your resources to a given number set by each tavern, then again, you win the game. And the aim is to win in every tavern across Enroth. And once you do, you're presented with a key to a chest. And inside the chest is some of the best items in the game. And just as a side note as well, Arcomage was actually released as a standalone game. Obviously there's more to it than in the Might and Magic 7 version, but still it was so popular that they had to release it. And I believe there's an online version too. Final thoughts. So for me, if you can look beyond the horrible exterior, underneath is an amazing game that is so rich and deep, and there's so much to it rather than just a nice looking game with little substance. This game is so deep, but at the same time, it is so much fun. I think we put too much into how a game looks at times that we forget about the gameplay, and that is something that has really impacted on modern gaming. Let's take Fallout 4 as an example. It's so restrictive in its role playing elements that it's barely a role playing game whatsoever. Yet in this, which is older and more simplistic, you're able to make game breaking or game defining choices that just add so much to an RPG, and that's exactly how an RPG should be. I urge you to play the game. I really do. It's if you love RPGs, it's an absolute must, and it costs next to nothing on GOG.com. So I'd like to thank you for watching, and I will be back very soon with another video. Not sure where it is, but I'll be back.